If you guys are tired of missing KOs and enemies getting away with 1 HP, try this out. In the controller settings for Gekishin Squadra, we need to update the targeting. You can do this for both controller and mobile devices. If you are on mobile device, copy what I'm doing here on the touch panel menu setting. It's on the top right. Same goes for PC as well, except most of the PC players are going to be using a special setting called closest to cursor. For the rush attacks, we're going to want to turn auto lock off. This being off lets you focus a target based on priority level, which we will set in a few moments. And semi-auto, we're going to want to turn this off as well. With this off, it's going to allow you to control when you want to stop rush attacking. A lot of people don't know this, but this setting gets you killed a ton and prevents you from being able to run away because your character does not stop auto-rushing when it's time to get out. Prioritize all except enemy NPCs. We need to actually turn this off. Having this off will allow you to control completely who you focus, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this on controller. Then next, we need to change the priority conditions, which affects all of this. By default, it's set to nearest, and originally, I thought lowest total HP was the best setting for this, but it's not. Closest to direction of movement is the one that you want. This makes it so that whatever direction that you are facing and moving, any targets there will be focused for rush attacks. Lowest total HP and percentage, regardless, kept targeting the wrong things. It would target NPCs, even though I had to focus on enemy heroes instead. And a lot of enemies would get away, which was really frustrating. But the key to all this is the direction of movement. Look at this clip here where I missed the kill because it wasn't set to my direction of movement. It was instead selected to lowest total HP, and it focused this minion when I could have easily killed the enemy player here, and they got away because of it. Now I want to give you guys a visual representation here. We're going to have rush attack settings, locked target off, semi-auto off, prioritize all except enemy NPCs is off, and priority conditions closest to direction of movement. And I want you guys to look at the bottom of Vegeta's feet here. When I select this, and you'll notice there's actually a target icon underneath Vegeta. That is where your direction of movement will be focusing, and I'll show you here with the enemy. So you see, if I target, it's focusing Vegeta, but if I move left, it's going to focus this guy. If I move towards this guy, it's going to focus him. I can swap back and forth between him and Vegeta. You see underneath them, the target icon is there, and you can see on this one, see, I go there. If I want to focus him, I focus him. I can focus Vegeta, I can focus him, Vegeta. Whatever direction it is that you're moving, this will be the priority focus, and it's such a better setting than trying to put your faith in lowest total HP value and percentage and having the game register that your area of where you're trying to attack, this little circle, is prioritizing specific parameters. Now you can actually choose based on your movement direction which one you want it to focus, and I can show you guys here with enemies as well. So I can cycle between the two of these guys. If you look underneath their feet, you can see who exactly it is that I'm targeting, and it's like whatever direction, wherever they are, that's where I'm going to be focusing. And again, with main characters, Vegeta versus NPCs, this is such a game changer. It's going to help you guys a lot with securing kills and enemies running away. If they run away and they're moving through a group of minions and camps, it's so frustrating because a lot of times they'll get out because of it. Up next is going to be the auto aim settings. On this one, we're going to want to prioritize all except NPCs. This is going to make it so that your abilities will always focus on players first. This is actually great because if you need to quick cast in fast combat situations to secure a kill, prevent enemies from running away, I prefer having this on for abilities because you can always just use the analog stick to change from focusing on an enemy instead of focusing on an NPC if you do want to steal it. And there's also going to be more times in the battle where you're going to want your abilities to target enemies over NPCs. And plus, most of the times, enemies are always going to be trying to take a camp. You could always target them and it'll hit both of them. This way, it'll help you steal it. And then priority conditions, you guys guessed it. We also want this on closest to direction of movement. So if you're moving towards an enemy in a direction, your ability will focus them. Activate during skill input I have off. Aim target display is pretty interesting. Just to show you guys what this looks like, it's a dial on the right side that uses your right stick if you're on controller to select which one you want to prioritize. So there is a minion icon here. So if you want to prioritize minions and ignore enemies, you totally can do that. But I feel like it's a little bit of a nuisance because there's one extra HUD element to pay attention to, and there's a lot of things going on in this game. Some people might find this very helpful in their gameplay, and by all means use that. I just feel like my right stick, I want this to be free because I often use my right stick before I click on an ability to start using it. And what if I'm moving my right stick, and because this is the way that I play, and I switch off of targeting Vegeta and instead I target this guy, and then like, you know, I'm trying to use a quick skill and it automatically targets the minion and not Vegeta. So that would actually be very annoying in that case. So I personally play with it off. It's cool that there is a minion target only option. I wish that there was a button dedicated for that, like what they have in Pokemon Unite and other games like this, but that's not the case in this game. You know, one thing I'm not seeing a lot of people do that's costing them very easy wins is chipping away at towers. To break towers, we got to use our Gekishin Burst when Zeno is bonking the gods, and enemies can't interrupt us while we're doing this. If they hit us to interrupt us, you're going to hear a chime sound effect, and you'll notice that the tower received a little bit of damage instead of the full amount. Even though our attack got stopped, we still dealt damage overall. This is really good, especially in big team pushes at the end game. If the enemy tower only has a few hits left, you can purposely go in for a burst, even though you know you're going to get interrupted, and secure that tower that way. I cannot tell you how many teammates I've seen not taking advantage of this and us losing very close matches because I'm the only one trying to chip away at the tower in this situation. I guarantee there's many other players out there, so please share this tip around. It's very important that people know that this actually damages towers even if you don't get it off. It's important to note though, if you try to use your ultimate, which is a max Gekishin Burst, and you get hit, it doesn't chip away at towers because it actually ends up giving you back like a 3-second cooldown on your ultimate, which I think is pretty fair and balanced, so this way you don't fully lose out an ultimate if you didn't get the max burst off. If you think about it, it's kind of like, it would be really frustrating if that was the case, but it's not. So max Gekishin Burst, you can't chip away at towers with this. Keep that in mind. Now, this next tip is going to help you secure more KOs with Piccolo and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. In this game, there are characters who have attacks that go insane ranges. Many characters can take advantage of this, though. When holding your attack down, if the range goes outside of your vision, especially towards the end game, you can tap the L1 button on controller or the camera button on PC once. This is going to focus your camera on the very tip of your attack, showing you way more than you could see before. Get into the habit of using this and tapping in and out to see the full battlefield. Your view only goes as far as enemies are visible, so if they're only being seen by a tower, or if they're being seen by a teammate at base camp, you can still use this to fully land your move, see exactly where they're going to hit, and alternate and move it depending on the enemy's location. And this works extremely well for moves like Special Beam Cannon for Piccolo or Light Grenade, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku's Kamehameha. It lands way easier. Seriously, practice this camera option a lot. It's a game changer, man. The best Piccolos in this game are the ones that you're never going to see because they are standing way in the distance and using this outside of your range before you can even get close to them. I've also mentioned this tip before, but a lot of people are still not using this. In this game, when you select your Divine Combo cards and you max out all 3, you actually can now swap your cards out. You need to build up 1 more point on the bottom left, and you can use this extra point to cycle through and swap whichever card it is that you want out. This is especially good if you died, for example, and you lost all of your Super Snowball stacks and enemies are starting to roll you and your teammates. You can switch to a defensive card if you need to, or you can even switch to mobility, which I think is a great way to go to first. With tech classes especially and sneaky DPS characters, mobility goes a long way. And then halfway through, when you start to get your damage and your level skills up, then you can swap back to Super Snowball or whichever to continue your offense. This is a real game changer and can help turn the tides of battle, and sometimes you might die by accident to an NPC or a camp, and losing those snowball stacks endgame can be brutal and make a real big difference in your damage output. So at this point, you can swap to something else in order to make up for it. I really hope those tips helped you guys out. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing and checking out our content. We have a Super Saiyan 3 Goku guide, as well as many others coming for characters that you guys requested. I need you to comment down below on who you want to see next. We have a Vegeta guide coming soon, and we absolutely have to talk about Piccolo and Android 18. How are you guys liking Season 1 of Gekishin Squadra, by the way? I personally have some feedback for the devs, because I really want to make sure this game is in the best possible state. And right now, I don't think it is. I think while Super Saiyan 3 Goku is fairly priced for people who don't mind spending money, I think there still should be a free-to-play option, at least an event or some way to grind to unlock Goku. In my opinion, this would increase player engagement and also keep the population up and healthy. And after playing with Goku, Super Saiyan 3 that is, for a few days now, I honestly don't think he's pay to win. A lot of people know exactly how to stop his offense now. A lot of the free characters you get between base Goku, Piccolo, many early game ones can stomp Super Saiyan 3 Goku out. After playing with him a little bit more, I feel like he's still in a really good spot and his balance is okay. I'm going to be trying to pitch that idea to Bandai soon, and I hope you guys do too. So comment below any other feedback you might have. Ooh, one other exciting thing. I'm going to be putting this right above my head here. We actually got approved from Bandai to be a Twitch streamer for this game. So the more you watch us stream this game on Twitch, you guys can earn different rewards. In this level 1 case, everybody will earn 1,000 Zenny after watching us for a certain amount of time. and those rewards expand upon that. You get more capsules and then gold capsules after that. So the more you watch us and follow us on Twitch, you can gain those rewards. We'll be streaming more of this game very soon, and you don't want to miss out on any of that. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new. More Gekishin Squadra content is on the way, and you don't want to miss any of it. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.